Hi, Noah here. I'm standing up north here in Sweden in my father's garden, and I thought, hey, I want to share a couple of thoughts with you. So, have you thought about, there are certain laws that are governing our lives. We have the law of electricity, we have the law of velocity, of gravitation. We have all those laws, right? But one of the laws that, most of us are familiar with is one that I want to address today, and that is the law of sowing and reaping. And most of us know it by heart, even so well that we can quote it, right? What you sow, you will also reap. The first lesson, talking about the laws is don't try to beat it. Don't try to beat it. They are absolute. You have a bigger chance sitting on the sun in the morning, try to, keep it from coming up. It won't work. So don't try to beat it. What you sow, you will reap. And why am I talking about this today? Because I think looking back in my own life, it explains a lot. In most areas of my life, I knew that I wasn't reaping very well. Some relationships looked pretty bad, or my financial situation, or I had all those feelings and thoughts. I was like, why am I thinking like this? Even though I knew I was reaping bad, I didn't know what was causing it. One day, I heard this man, he was quoting the law of sowing and reaping a bit differently, and that made me understand. This is how he quoted: whatever you reap, you have also sown. Whatever you reap, you have also sown. And that put me on the spot. I usually blamed external things like my mom for the way I was feeling, or friends the way I was feeling, or a bad relationship. I just put it on other people, like, yeah, but he's really hard to get to. Or my financial situation, I could, blame the salary or the workplace, like they're not paying me enough. So I'm making all, I was blaming all those things. But acknowledging the fact what I reap, I have also sown, made me responsible. If you would pass by a big fields of carrots, for example, and you would pull a couple out and you saw, hey, those are skinny, lousy carrots, right? Who would you go to in order to find out and get the explanation why they are skinny? Wouldn't you go to the person who actually planted them? What if it's the same thing in our lives, right? When you are reaping bad, what if the first place you should go to is the mirror and ask yourself, what am I sowing within this area? It's okay for the farmer to blame the rain, blame the weather, blame the seasons, and blame the soil. That's completely okay. But would it make him harvest and reap more of what he wanted? No. It's okay to blame other people, blame the economy, blame the government, blame, whatever circumstances we're in. That's okay, but it won't help us to reap what we want. We're actually giving away the power that we can use to actually change our lives. And that's completely up to us. We cannot be naive, right? Being a farmer is hard work. It's not to use our past like a club and beat ourselves up. The farmer, sometimes he have a bad harvest, but he doesn't give up. He says, okay, I've been doing something now that doesn't work. The farmer knows he will not be able to control the weather and the storms and the rain and the sun. No, but one thing that he can control is what he is going to do, what he is going to sow, right? And the same thing for us in our lives. We will not be able to control everything that happens to us. But one thing that we can control is what we are going to do with it, how we are going to respond, how we are going to think about the situation or that person or our workplace. That is the one thing we can control. What we are going to sow into our mind, and what we sow will determine what we reap. In what way are you thinking about that person? In what way are you picturing that situation? In what way are you imagining your future? And all those thoughts are seeds that we are planting. They will also produce a harvest. Even if his crop one year gets destroyed, he does not give up. He's just asking himself, okay, what can I do in order to improve my sowing? And he will work without complaining, because he knows if I just keep on sowing, I will reap. Storms will come, rain will come. If I just keep on going, keep on sowing, I will keep on harvesting the things that I like. And I will read the books, I will go to the seminars, I will pour in the seeds into my mind of the things I want to see more of in my life. And I have so many people coming up to me and asking me, why does my relationship look like this? Why do I feel like this? Why do I look at myself this way? You know, but then again, if you look what they are sowing seeds, thoughts coming from their Facebook feeds, coming from their Instagram feeds, their news feeds. They're watching movies about adultery. They're watching, movies of drama and, all those things. And that is what they are sowing into their head, and that will also be what they reap. If we believe that sowing and reaping is a universal law that is absolute. So, sow and you shall reap. Measure it by looking at what you're reaping. And if you like it, just continue year after year. But if you don't like it, you might want to look up what you are sowing. So explore your potential and live to grow, and sow and work hard as a farmer without complaining. See you later.